morning. Well, it's finally a beautiful blue sky sunny day. All the snow seems to have melted, most of it, and me, Andy and Billy Bob have parked at Mungrisedale as we're going to access onto Bowscale Fell, over to Bannerdale Crags and then back down via the Tarn.
Morning! He's asleep.
I think Billy's asleep.
He's crashed out. He's been out 3 days. This is his 3rd day and he's like
tired.
He's give up already.
So it should be a good route. I'm guessing what's about 6 miles. I've not worked it out, but I'll let you know later on. About 6 miles, and should be a good adventure. Catch you later. So you come to a lane as you're just leaving Mungrisedale village on the outskirts, and you'll come to a quarry, and you go past this quarry building, head up this lane a bit to a gate which will access you onto Bowscale Fell. So as you can see, you access the quarry from the lane, and that's the flanks of Bowscale Fell in front. You just head up the path along there, quite steeply at first, up them crags. That's looking back to the Tarn on the right hand side, and in the middle there is the track that heads up to Bannerdale Crags, and we're going to come back and descend that way. You've got South of Fell on the left. So yeah, the path heads up very steeply on a bit of a muddy track. So we could end up having a bit of a mudslide. The views though are amazing. Looking back, you've got Great Male Fell in the distance, Mungrisedale, South of Fell, and Bannerdale Crags. So Blencathra will be up there in the distance, but you can't quite see it yet, and the Tarn. So we have now ascended up Raven Crag onto the ridgeline of Bowscale Fell, and it's just a lovely easy ridge with great views down the valley. And even though most of the snow has melted, there's still just some tiny patches left. So over there in the far distance is the Pennines, really long remote ridge. So you can see the ridge of South of Fell in the foreground there, and a bit more clearly now. I think I forgot to mention that for some reason Andy's boots were really squeaking today. So we're just approaching the first summit of the day, which is the far east top. There's 3 summits on Bowscale Fell. We've got the far east top, which is the first one. Tarn Crags is the second one, and then the true summit of Bowscale Fell, the third one. So that's looking down into the Mosdale Valley, and that's Carrick Fell with High Pike behind, heading over to the Uldale Hills. I'm just heading up Bowscale Fell now. This is Tarn Crags Summit, and then behind is the summit of Bowscale Fell. It's really starting to be a different day now. We've got the clouds rolling in. Imagine sliding all the way down there on your backside, all the way down to that tarn. So that's looking down to Bowscale Tarn, and there's a path that goes along from the right hand side up the Mungrisedale Valley, but traversing the side of this fell to Bowscale Tarn. And I haven't done it, but I've always wanted to go along up onto that ridge just above the tarn and along the ridge there up onto Bowscale Fell. I've not done that before, and it looks like a really nice route. Yeah, you can see Bannerdale Crags really clearly now. We're going to head along, after Bowscale Fell, we're going to head along to Bannerdale Crags. Get a cracking view of Blencathra from there, and Sharp Hedge. So we're just heading along from Tarn Crags top to Bowscale Fell now. Not much further. At the summit of Bowscale Fell, there's a shelter, and there's Blencathra behind. You won't see it, but they've got some paragliders on there at the moment. That's looking over to Skidder, the Uldale Hills. So much space. The Pennines. There you've got Bannerdale Crags, where we're going to head in a bit along that ridge. I'm going to come down, traversing the flanks of the tongue and south to Fell. That would be the eastern fells over there. So that's looking over to Skidder. Then next to it you've got Great Calver, covered in heather. Then you've got Knot. You've got the Cumbrian Way along there. You've got High Pike and Carrick Fell. Hello. So we just met a couple that walk with the Ramblers. We're on their own today. Barry and Julie. Hi Barry and Julie. Nice to meet you. And it's funny because they just watched Andy's video of the East Ridge up onto Bannerdale Crags last night. And then I bumped into him. So they love seeing Billy. So it's a lovely day. We're just heading off. And Bannerdale Crags is a lovely dramatic ridge. You've got steep crags on the left and it makes a bit of like a horseshoe. You get a great view from them. And once you're on the summit, you get a cracking view of Sharp Edge and Blencathra. Just little patches of snow on it. Great day today. So it's nice, gentle, easy walking from Bowscale Fell along to Bannerdale Crags. Really vast expanse you can see for miles. It's a really nice, easy route. Once you're up Bowscale Fell, that can be a bit steep getting up. But once you're on the top, it's just a lovely, gentle ridge. It can be a bit boggy. So there is Bannerdale Crags. Isn't that dramatic? The path just follows all the way along the top of that to the ridge, to the summit. There's the East Ridge that you can come up. And that's the Bannerdale Valley. You've got South of Fell in the middle and you've got the tongue. And then you can see the path traversing lower down around the tongue, and that's our descent route. So it's been on the edge. Looking back to Bowscale Fell. Boo.
Boo.
So we're kind of getting on top of the crags now. That's the Eastern Fells. they're really clagged up now. Looking down to the East Ridge, south of Fell and the Tarn, and that is Bowscale Fell Ridge that we have just ascended by. So Bannerdale Crags Summit. So that's Blencathra behind Bannerdale Crags Summit. So we spent a bit of time up on Bannerdale Crags doing some time lapse, chatting to a couple of people, and we're now heading back along the same route along the tops of Bannerdale Crags, heading for the tongue, and then we're going to veer off on a path skirting the tongue back down to, is it the Glenderamackin Valley and Mungrisedale. So just pan around. So yeah, that's the route along there, and then it goes down gently along there like that, back to Mungrisedale village.
Need to walk onto the edge of there from here. I'll come back and do it. Look at it now. Fabulous.
Last of the light. It's about 4 o'clock now, isn't it? We've been mucking about so much. Blencathra and atmospherics going on now. Okay, so we followed the path that's on the edge of this horseshoe, and you'll find it leads into this traverse path that just goes down the side of the tongue. You can see Andy, there's the tongue on the left there. You can see he's heading down the side on a grassy trod. So that is the East Ridge, starting off there, going on up onto the top of Bannerdale Crags. Now, it's kind of classed as a B+ with the Ramblers Association. We were talking to a couple of people today that did it. They rated it as a B+. So, a little bit of scrambling and a bit of steepness going on there. But it's a nice direct way up. Andy's done a video on that. If you want to check out his video, Andrew Foster Rockstar, he's done a video on the East Ridge Ascent and along. You get a great sunrise on there. Great atmospherics now. Back at the Slabs and nearly back at the car, so I'm going to say goodbye. It's been a really good walk, really enjoyable, lovely atmospherics right now. Got the dramatic ridge on Bannerdale Crags, so it's a really good, easy, short route. So I'm going to say goodbye and catch you all again on another adventure very soon.
Goodbye. I'm not going anywhere, I'm staying about for a little bit longer.
So we're just approaching the Slabs, and it's just a slab footpath that they put in a few years back because this was horrendously boggy, like really boggy. So they put these huge stone slabs in to make it a bit more comfortable for you to get across. This is the kind of ground you'd have to get across if these slabs weren't in. They do a pretty good job. I don't know if you can see this, because it's getting quite dark now, but that is the old path that got washed away. It used to follow the beck closely, and this is it here emerging. But there was a landslide, so that has completely washed away that side, so that's why people were going across the bogs. As I say, now they've put some stone slabs in, so it's a lot easier. Morning and welcome to Map and Scissor Time, and this is the route for Bowscale Fell and Bannerdale Crags from Mungrisedale. And you park at the phone box here, up a little lane, room for about 4 cars. If you can't get parked here, you can alternatively park by the community hall or along this road by the beck. And you just walk along the road, heading for the Church of St Kentigern, which is here. Past that, and there's a lane near a quarry. And you take the lane past the houses through a gate onto the fell side, heading up Raven Crags, quite steeply here, onto the ridgeline of Bowscale Fell. And you access 3 summits on here. You have the far east top, Bowscale Fell, 604 metres. You then have Tarn Crags top, 665 metres I think this is. And you're looking down here onto Bowscale Tarn. And then you have the actual true summit of Bowscale Fell, 702 metres. And you then want to head down towards the end of the map, and I shall bring you back in a second. So welcome back. Now we're heading off Bowscale Fell, heading towards the crags of Bannerdale Crags, and the lovely horseshoe, quite dramatic, keeping to the edge of the path here, on top of the crags, being careful, and you get to the summit of 683 metres. And this is where we stop, taking the views along the valley, down the east ridge, over to the eastern fells, the Pennines, over to Blencathra over here. You can see Sharp Edge quite well. It's a lovely place to sit. And then our route just took a return dogleg back over the crags, heading for this traverse path along the side of the tongue, heading on an easy track back down to the Glenderamackin Valley, to the bridge here which you access, and then here you have some stone slabs over some boggy ground to make it a lot easier for you, as the path along the actual beck eroded away. So you access the slabs back along this public footpath through a gate back to where you parked the car. So it's about a 6-mile route, and I hope you enjoy the video. Catch you all again on another adventure very soon. Bye for now.